What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Of course, right when I started the stream, I started dropping stuff all over the place. So, my apologies about the delay there. So, good evening. Yes, indeed, the stream is on YouTube. So, thank you, everyone. And look, it's kind of split down the middle. A lot of people are like, "Yo, we want you over on the green place," and some people are like, "Yo, we want you here." And look, some people seem to have stopped joining us for our Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday community time together. So that's unfortunate. Look, there's some things we can do over there that we can't do here, and which is why we enjoy it. But of course, I want to show love to the Chana members because that's as of today 86.6% of the support from from YouTube is from channel members. So for real, like although we joke about it a lot because of what particular platforms have done to creators like us. Genuinely, I am grateful for every channel member, for every single one of you guys. So for real, thank you so much. And to those that don't enjoy the green place, sorry, but we're also going to keep doing that. I'm going to continue doing stuff over there, and I'm also going to continue doing stuff over here as well. To those that asked about my arm, thank you, appreciate it. I had a few people hit me up. I actually had a bunch of people sending me like information, and I kind of had to look at it like this. I was like, if I were to be looking at like anything else, like let's say even like a firearm purchase or something like that, I would start doing research and looking into something before, taking action. So that's kind of the approach that I had to take, and of course, I also had to consult with a professional. That's important. And so this is my arm currently in a compression thingamajig. But I learned a lot about like the tendon, what the very important roles of the tendons are, and basically to focus on caring for the tendon, what I need to do, making sure my diet, hydration, electrolytes, the what's the collagen intake and all that is helping it regenerate at a rate that is faster than the degeneration, and I should be good. So but it wasn't getting better for like 3 weeks. It wasn't getting better, but I was continuing to work on it to do stuff anyway. So it wasn't getting better. Now I kind of feel like it's just like literally within the last like day and some change starting to get better. So appreciate all you guys reaching out and asking about that. Thank you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So for everyone out there, um, I heard whispering softly to the tendon works well. Also, they say classical music is good for tendons. You know what? That's a good point. What's good for chicken tendies may be good for tendons. So maybe I should look into that. Thank you, Eagle Run 23. You're the man. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So for those of you that are here, maybe even for the first time, I'm Dark with DLD After Dark. We do a live stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday in the evening. I guess we could kind of call it the late night live. You know what I'm saying? We could. Anyway, stay frosty, stay strapped, and stay dangerous. Sorry. Anyway, the streams are on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We do hey Drewski, yo, my man, Drewski. Uh Drew with a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says happy Tuesday. Already the end of February. Isn't that crazy, bro? Like, I feel like we just got into the new year, and then we just got into February. Now we're just about to be in March. However, I will let y'all know that we're probably going to be rolling up on that Supreme Court um well, I guess what would it be called? Decision. Yeah, the Supreme Court decision on the frames and receivers case. So I'm just, I'm praying that we get what we want there. So thank you, Drew. You know what I'm gonna do, Drew? I'm gonna take this super chat and I'm gonna contribute that to the Ruger RXM fund, which I already had another. I think it was $10 from the Rumble stream. It was two, if I know three chats from the Rumble stream and yours. All of it are going to go towards the Ruger RXM because I we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. But a lot of people have been talking about the Ruger RXM, and I think they're kind of looking at things through a lens of it just being another inexpensive Glock 19 clone. And that's where I think we have a huge opportunity for the future of this platform. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm actually going to have a very special Ruger RXM owner come on the channel, and yeah, I basically what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try to pull some funds together to go get a Ruger RXM, and it's not crazy expensive. It's like $399. They actually have one at my local shop that, by the way, does not look like they ran 1,000 rounds through it first. And I think once you guys make it through the stream tonight, and once you kind of see the direction that I think this is going, I think it's going to be primo for everyone. So stick around, you're going to like it. Obviously, look, we never talk about one topic, so it'll be one thing. Hey, Shooting Gallery New England, also a Ruger RXM owner, and he also put out some content on the Ruger RXM today. So well, I guess I didn't get the invite. No, this is something that we had already set up. But I'd love to have you come on too and talk about the Ruger RXM. He's putting out some good stuff though, over on the Green Place and on here too. So make sure you check him out. And yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna grab the Ruger RXM. Honestly, what I would really like to see is I would really like to see how far it can be pushed, because if it's just another Glock clone, then look, we don't have, that much need for another $300 to $400 Glock clone, or even a $250 Glock clone right now, right? It's good to have more options in the market, but honestly, I think what the real magic is with the Ruger RXM is honestly in what the future holds with grip modules, and other things like that. So we're going to talk about that too. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So again, 6-3 Supreme Court decision. Again, welcome to everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in. We'll go ahead and welcome everybody, and yeah, we're gonna jump into the intro. So thank you for my sticking around for my little rant first. So first in the chat, of course, was Kurt 20 the producer of the show. And actually, before we get into this, let's just take a quick second so I can take a drink of some water and get some nicotine.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
And run that back.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Kurt 20 the producer of the show, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, brother. Let's do one crisp high five, especially being the user, our brand new Geisley Super Duty owner. So congratulations. Even though you went with a 12.5, I get it. I get it. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you, bro. Let me adjust these levels real quick. Okay, cool. Let's see. So we got Kurt 20 the producer of the show. Not only is he a channel member, but he's also a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. We got Drewski, what a dooski. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Eric Stockbridge, brother, another channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Lightning McQueen, brother. Great to see you as well. Thank you. Let's see, Lightning McQueen, Eric Stockbridge, Kurt 20 Let's see who else we got here. Stifler Manufacturing, which, by the way, go check out their stuff. Man, Stifler has a bunch of dope Glock slides. That you can check out the Viper, the Leonidas, the Zoom, and all the cool variants. Some that are actually really dope, set up for ported. Ported barrels and stuff like that. So check them out. They have a website. They also have an eBay store. I'm sure they're doing stuff all over. Are you guys on the Broker of Guns too? Am I allowed to even reference that here? Run Gun Business, brother. Great to see you, man. Appreciate you. I think my gain is a little too high. There we go. Run Gun, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Eagle Run 23, of course. Also a channel member. Zanti, brother. Great to see you as well. Also a channel member. And Cali Prepper, brother, great to see you, man. I just can't bring myself to say Cali Pepper. I don't know what it is. I know Cali Peppers are probably delicious and spicy and all that good stuff, but bro, I just, you're always going to be Cali Prepper to me. Marconi Armory, brother, great to see you. Also another great place to get Glock slides, and he's got some dope stuff with not only the famous V1 slide that actually is sitting right there, but his V2 with the custom ports and chuck port and all that. It's some really, really dope stuff. So check him out. Also, like, we should support each other too, like even for small things, right? Like I needed a random, Strike Industries +5 base plate for a Glock mag. So instead of just going on, whatever website or eBay or whatever, I went to Marconi's website and I grabbed one from him. So, support each other where we can, whether it's Stifler, Marconi, Gideon, or Goombeam, or any of the homies. So, let's see, Xanti Misfit, Shooting Gallery New England, brother. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, man. Also, a channel member. Let's see, Xanti, Kurt 24. Let's see who else we got here. Xanti, Marconi is also a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see, Lightning McQueen, Xanti, Stifler. Hey, A-Day, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see who else we got up in here. See, card 24. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mute on that one. Shooting Gallery. I almost called you Shooting Gallery New England. My bad. Did I call you Shooting Gallery New England a minute ago? My bad, bro. I did not mean to do that if I did. It's just that's like tattooed in my head like forever. Let's see, Kurt 24, Lightning McQueen, Marconi, Xanti, Shooting Gallery, Eagle Run 2-3, DB Cooper, brother, great to see you, man. Also a channel member, Drewski with a $10 super chat. We'll call it the RXM super chat. Red Dawn Readiness, brother, great to see you as well. Also check out his channel. He does live shows every Wednesday and Friday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eagle Run 2-3, Barton Fink, DLD After Dark. Not familiar. If you've been here for a minute, you know the story. You know the story. Screw you, Trader Joe's. Lightning McQueen, Red Dawn, 6-3 Supreme Court decision. Murph Dog, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Also a channel member. UFOs are real. I mean, yeah, like anything that's unidentified and flying, right? Technically, I guess. Let's see, Eagle Run, Drewski, Murph Dog, Drewski, Barton Fink, Shooting Gallery, Kurt 24, Red Diggity, Eric, hold on. These are all the same Z's. Mike McClune, the Goon, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member and a moderator. Grilled pork loin sandwiches and a salad with blue cheese dressing. Oh, I never could get down with blue cheese, bro. I'm not going to lie. It just seems like one of those things that even when fresh just seem like it's rotting. I don't know. I guess like all cheese is like that. Anyway, can't get down with that, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sounds like you enjoyed it. Kurt 24, Lightning McQueen, Drewski, Flying Rich, firearms. Great to see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Under one account, he's a channel member. Under both accounts, he's a moderator. So appreciate you, man. Let's see, Mike McClune, the Goon. See that? That's creative. Kurt 24, Mike McClune, the Goon. Let's see, Eric Stockbridge, Mike McClune, Marconi. Come check us out. There you go. See? And actually, Code Dark, I believe, works on that particular website. Let's see, Mike McClune, Barton Fink, let's see, Drewski, Secret 24, Mike McClune. Let me see. Am I missing anyone? Okay, cool. Just making sure I didn't miss anyone. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Appreciate you all coming in and hanging out. So there's bad humor aside. I hope you're doing well. Did I miss bad humor? Did you mean you got to take a dump and then you're going to be here, or you got to? I'll tell you what. I'll wait for you either way, brother. Thank you for the text message. Bad humor aside, I hope you're doing well. Hold on, did I miss moldy goodness? FGM, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Did I miss? Hold on, what was it bad? Was it bad humor on me? I could always stand to use some bad humor on me, especially if it was like about my arm or something, because I've gotten all the jokes. Black Diamond Guns of Gear, Josh, great to see you. Let's see. There's one particular thing that people go to when it comes to joking about my injured right arm. Where do you think dudes usually go to? You know what I'm saying? Have you broke a bus today? What? No, absolutely not. Damien, my brother in Christ, great to see you. Garen Wilson, everyone else, FGM, everyone else in chat, man. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Cranky, yeah, exactly. That's what it always go to. Are you right-handed? Yeah, it always goes to that one place. Gort, brother Gort, great to see you, man. Appreciate you. Also a channel member. Hey, Fluffy Bunny, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Hey, welcome, JPass. Appreciate you. Yeah, so a couple things. So I want to get into it. So obviously, when talking about the RXM, we'll have our guest on in a minute, but talking about the Ruger RXM, um, despite what you're seeing all over the place, which is people talking about this brand new Gen 3 compatible Glock clone for $399 or whatever. People are talking about it and they're, doing like the open box reviews and all that. And I think we're missing something that clearly this is an FCU, product, right? This is a, Glock compatible product that's sub $400 that is a based off of a fire control unit design, right? One second. I wonder if Kevin's gonna come up in here tonight. Kevin, you out there, bro? Electrolytes. That's what they said. Hydration and electrolytes. So I have electrolyte water. um, hey, Flying Rich Firearms at the $2 super chat. Are we announcing something, DK? Oh man. I don't know if we should just yet. Maybe we could discuss that we're in talks about it. You have my phone number. Because now it seems like we kind of have to. I was gonna wait till you and I were like on together and it was more than just a singular conversation. So maybe for the sake of everyone, let's wait a little bit. I'm just saying, like I would love to announce it, but maybe let's just wait a little bit. But I love your enthusiasm and hey, Tech brother, good to see you, man. Um, I love the enthusiasm and just hold tight for a second. Maybe after like a couple hours of streaming, when it's just the OGs around, maybe we'll say something. We'll see. I mean, it's a fair point, but it's not like real yet. You know what I'm saying? Chill, Rich. Sheesh. Ron Wayne, bro. Good to see you, man. Hope you and Misty are doing well, brother. Good to see you, man. Um, I actually came across your Christmas card the other day, and yeah, it's great to see you in the stream, brother. Um, okay, so a couple things. Oh, it's real. I know it's real, but like, you know it. I mean, we I would say let's hold off. Just hang tight. Y'all are so excited, and I'm excited too. I'm excited too. The suspense is killing me. I know. They leave it up to Rich. I wasn't gonna say a word yet till we could actually like I don't know, do it together. Maybe have Rich on the show. Maybe like But Rich is just like, should we say something about the stuff we can't say anything about yet? Oh, we can't. Okay, Rich. Anyway, yeah, welcome. Appreciate you. Okay, so backing it up a little bit, maybe we'll say something. Maybe we'll tease it, and then Rich and I will like announce it together. We'll see. Being all secretive, I know, dude. That's not. I don't like that. I don't like saying stuff that or talking about stuff that we cannot openly discuss in front of everyone. It makes me feel weird, like I'm holding back from y'all, and um, would you make the announcement if you get $50 in chat? No, it's not about that. I'll tell you what, if we raise the money for the Ruger RXM, then no, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's not there's no connection to money at all that has anything to do with this. It's more so being able to do it like with both you and I on while we're doing a stream like about definition knives. The place for your high value, low cost cutlery for EDC. Just kidding. Just chill. Just chill. We'll do it. And we'll do it together appropriately. No homo. Pause. Anyway, do you have to say both? Maybe just pause and then no homo. All right. People are leaving because we're talking about what we can't talk about. So let me back up a little bit. I think when people just started, seeing the Ruger RXM all over the place, the thing that they did is they see it and they're like, "Oh, it's another Gen 3 Glock." Well, you can get, Gen 3, Gen 3 OEM Glocks for, we'll just say, depending on where you get them for anywhere from $300 to $400. They are very accessible, and we all know OEM Glocks last forever, right? There are certain websites that you could aim for that have a surplus of these tools, you know. So for $300 to $400 for an OEM Glock, I mean, why get a clone, right? Unless you're building and all that, which is I absolutely build, right? Never stop building. But with the dagger, with the Anderson Kiger, with the all the other frames that came out, all even the strike frames, even though the strike FCU thing that launched but never really came out isn't available. Is it available? I don't know. Anyway, I guess they have very aggressive patents that say that if you have a gas pedal on a Glock frame or on any semi-automatic pistol, that is in their patent. Like, bro, can you do that? That's been being done for 40 years. What are you talking about? Sorry, Strike. Sit down, Strike. Um, Anyway, let me get back to it. So what I was saying is, there's so many other options for Glock and Glock compatible firearms that I think when people saw the Ruger RXM come out, they're just like, oh, it's an inexpensive Glock that's a collaboration with Ruger and Magpul. It's probably decent. It's $399. It's not as cheap as a dagger, but it's probably decent. And then boom, they stop there. Hey, what's up, Rip? Good to see you, bro. Nothing makes it special, right? But here's the thing. What is available right now for the RXM, I think, is not what's going to make it special. If you look at all the aftermarket stuff that's available for Glocks in general, you could get a Recover Tactical, or the whatchamacallit, everyone calls them the macaroni things. They're all these PCC sub gun kind of conversions with braces, chassis systems, and all that. I think the opportunity for the future of the Ruger RXM is going to be so much more. I mean, it's going to offer so much more, because not only could you just buy a $399 Glock clone and then have the grip module, the insert with the lower parts kit in it, right? With the slide and barrel and the slide parts kit and sights and everything that you get for $399, right? But imagine if you said, you know what, I want a 17, or somebody like me that has 40 other Glocks. Hey, Agorizer, good to see you. Tactical Turkeys, brother, great to see you, man. Um, for someone like me that has 40 Glocks, it's okay, if I wanted to, if the aftermarket supported this, then I could get an RXM. First off, my first question is, from a longevity standpoint, how much ammo could I put through this and have it not die, right? Is it 5,000 rounds before parts need to be replaced? Is it 7 to 10,000 rounds? Is it just like a Glock where you could just, basically ignore it, ride it hard, put it away wet, put it up wet or whatever? Is that OEM Glock style? Could you beat it up that hard? I'm just saying. Um, my first question was longevity. Second question is, what is the future going to look like? Well, if Ruger and Magpul, working together, if Magpul, because they can very easily put out a 17 frame, a 26 frame, they could also put out a little kit that comes with a 26, or not a frame, a grip module. If they put out a 26 grip module and it came with a little dust cover, you could actually throw the 19 slide barrel, and whatever upper that you get with the RXM on a 26 grip module with the FCU and a little dust cover, and boom, you have a 26X basically, reverse 26X, whatever. You have a 26 frame if they offered that, right? They don't currently offer that, but just hear me out. I'm talking about what the future could look like. They could have a 26 size frame with a 19 size slide on it and maybe offer a little dust cover in there that you can pop in. But also Strike and other companies make other dust covers. You can also 3D print them if you 3D print them. Plus, people like Chairman Juan are out there right now and they're literally developing RXM grip modules. Like you could just go, who knows if RXM FCUs are available for like $100, 150, even $200, bro, that's totally worth it. Especially if you have a whole bunch of Glock parts sitting around all over the place, right? So that's one aspect. If you want a 26, get a 26. If you want a 17, get a 17. And then you could, I mean, theoretically, if they start selling the fire control units by themselves, you could get the fire control unit, get the 17 slide, barrel, whatever. Give me the thumbs up whenever you're ready, brother. Get the 17, whatever, OEM Glock or Ruger RXM or some aftermarket stuff. And you could just grab the fire control unit, throw that in some kind of grip module for a 17, 26, 19, 19X, 45, Gen 5 45 kind of style, something like that. But here's where the magic comes in, okay? Could you or could somebody create not a chassis system for like a PCC or subgun type of setup? Could somebody actually make something where you could literally not drop the Ruger RXM in there, not drop a OEM Glock in there? Could somebody create something that was like a grip module with a folding brace with whatever, something that you could just literally pop the fire control unit in and then just rack a 19 a 26 19 17 34 17L slide on top, rack that thing into place, and boom, you have a little PDW that takes Glock mags. And I think something like that would be a game changer for the RXM. What if there was a company and a couple of people that were already working on something that you could 3D print? And if you don't 3D print, it could be something that you could purchase. Oh my goodness, would you guys like to see that? Put a 1 in chat if you want to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Diamond Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear representing Fat Tack today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him.
What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Oh,
Thank you for joining us. If you would
Yeah.
take a quick moment and let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
they can find you. You know what that sounded like? It sounded like
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Yeah.
Dude, okay. So that I'm so glad you said that because I think like one person ever has said that. Maybe someone will correct me in comments. The reason I do that is literally from that movie when he's like the little scrub and bubbles, they do the scrubbing so you don't have to. Yeah, that's literally why I do that. Yo, dude, Josh, you and I, man, me and you and me and Red Dawn and me and Rich and me, like once you spend a certain amount of time with somebody, like you guys are just on the same brainwave. So you and I, we totally are. So I appreciate that. And look at this. Whoa, holy moly. Baptized in Fur. What's up, brother? Great to see you. K Burrs, great to see you. We got Juan, public enemy number one. Hey, Fire Rider. Juan. Chairman Juan. Yo, that is what's up. Mr. Deplorable Bitter Clanger. Great to see you. Uno. Love it. I thought Joe Dirt too just then. That's awesome. 2 minus Juan equals Juan. That's what's up. Classic movie.
That's true. That's probably true.
Yeah. But getting back to it, please let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
Black Diamond Guns and Gear, Black Diamond Josh on YouTube, even though I don't really post there a whole lot anymore. I do like to keep up with the guys that are on there and everybody, and I like to do shorts there and stuff like that. But for the most part, I put everything, all my long form content will be on the old Bumble channel over here.
We call it the green place.
The green place. Okay. All my videos are going to be over there from now on. And honestly, I want to say that I like doing long form, like hard uploads of reviews and stuff like that, which I do like doing that.
So hard.
But man, it's the streaming is where it's at. And I think that a lot of people just like the streaming stuff. So I may be switching gears and going to a lot more streaming type content. I don't know. I haven't really
I would
thought
love
about
that. You know what? Honestly, I think this is great because streaming, like, you get so much more interaction with the creator instead of like most of these dudes that I okay, so 2 things. If I'm on YouTube, I'm either researching something, I'm searching, like seeking information, or 2, I'm seeking mindless entertainment, right? So usually when I
Yeah.
watch people for entertainment, some of it's mixed in, right? Entertainment and information. But for the most part, a lot of these people, like I don't get to like interact with them, right? So when I meet content creators at like events and stuff like that, like GOA goals, for an example.
Yeah, that's a cool
Uh,
place. I've heard it's really cool.
Dude, I've heard it's a great place for companies to go to, you know?
I've heard it's a
Um,
great place for people to put booths at and stuff.
yeah, it would be dope to have a company that like went there and did like a booth like at GOA goals, like
Yeah,
like
like
a
we did last
booth.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did that last year. That's right. You guys did do that last year. What if like this year you did it and you had a booth like right near PSA and right near GOA
Yeah.
and right near like big
Yeah.
companies like Mantis, like like big companies like that.
And it would be like 4 times as big of a booth as we had last year. Yeah, that would be really cool.
4 times, you would need to like share those expenses with another company.
I'd probably have to split it with some people.
I know of some dudes that are actively engaging in business. I could connect you.
Yeah, I think we might need to hook up with that for sure.
Yeah, that would be awesome. This definitely in the business, this is what we call foreshadowing. Shout out to Count Dankula. Anyway, so moving back, so you did say like what you do and where they can find you, but you didn't really say who you are. You want to give a brief description of like not just who you are, like I'm Josh the Black Diamond Guns Gear, like who are you? Like are you like a dad? Are you like
Yeah.
husband, brother, father? Are you a
Yeah, I
prepared
am
citizen? Are
now
you a prepper? Are you a
from
pilot?
Monday. I'm from Monday. I'm a dad of 2, and just had my second one. And this is the first social media thing I've done since I've had my second child. And
Congrats, brother. Congrats.
yeah,
I
thank
didn't
you.
know if you wanted to say it, which is
Yeah.
why I at the end of a stream like I don't know, like last week or something, I was like, and congrats to Josh for, something that he did. And I like totally just kind of like stopped saying what I was saying. But congratulations,
Thank you.
Josh, for the successful birth of another child. Child birth is not easy. I
Yeah.
will say this though, men need to get some respect. Men we bore the child first before the women does, okay? So, like, we need a little bit more respect, okay? Now,
I
it's a
will say
little bit
this.
more enjoyable when we do it, but,
Yeah, there is a lot that goes into it. For you guys that have kids, you already know this, but I mean, if you're not a lying, selfish piece of crap, you know this, but basically, like you you are the everything guy. You do everything else that the wife can't do. Which after she has a child, she can't do anything. I mean, not that she can't do
Mhm.
anything, but it really hurts her to do things. So that's why
And
you
also
basically
steer clear of the shower for the first, few weeks.
right. So that's what you do, and that's my role as a man, as a husband to my wife, to make sure that she
Mhm.
is comfortable, to make sure that she doesn't have to worry for things, which is actually really a surprise why I'm down here right now. The only reason why that they're doing that is because they're asleep. And
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
basically, yeah, this is my job, and so that's what I'm doing for the next 3 months. So yeah, I uh, I really am
Everyone
blessed with my children and my wife. That is
yeah,
literally the best things ever happened in my life, and so yeah, I'm just
absolutely.
really blessed with it. But also run fattack.com. So if you go there and check out Fat Tack Holster, that'd be awesome. So
Yeah. Rebel Spirits, brother, good to see you as well. Did I say Safety Haba? Did I miss Safety Haba? Yes, they do. Matrix Arms does make the aluminum grip Glocks, and they are a little costly. You know, they're not cheap. They're a little costly. Bacon, brother, good to see you as well, man. Appreciate you. Garen Wilson, thank you for that
If you're
comment, by the way.
into like a low carb lifestyle, dude, these chips are amazing.
Yeah. What
Wild.
is it?
They're made with chicken breasts. They're protein chips.
Oh wow, nice. That's what's
They're
up.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, over the last couple weeks, I've totally changed my diet and I can feel different. My sleep is different, my just everything. My hydration levels are different. I I I don't know, it's a big deal. It's still, I'm still working on you know, just taking better care of myself just in general, but man, I need to heal my arm, bro. It is killing me. I can't at this rate with the amount of work that I'm doing every day just to keep up with DLD hardware and definition knives and all that, like I can't rest my arm enough to make sure that the regeneration is outpacing the degeneration, and I'm having a tough time with that. So, um, just
It's hard,
pray
man.
for me,
I
man.
have I've had the tennis elbow before. I think mine was from work though. But I mean, I
Mm.
obviously we do a lot of shooting and stuff too. So I
So,
wouldn't doubt that probably had something to do with it. But more or
yeah,
less, like at work, I pull pallets and stuff a lot. So it definitely is pulling the pallets has something to do with it. But yeah, I had
yeah.
the cortisone shot in mine, and it definitely took care of it. So
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do. I told myself that if the steroids and if, all the things that I'm doing didn't help it, then that I would take it to the next
there's
step. But
there's stretches and stuff you can do too to take care of it. You know that, right?
yeah, yeah, stretches, massages, eccentric exercises, like stretching the muscles out, like a reverse
Yeah.
curl, like
Hmm.
with like a little 2 to 4 pound weight, just curling like down and whatnot. But everyone was saying congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Being ambidextrous has its advantages. Yeah,
Thank y'all.
that's true.
Appreciate you
Congrats,
guys. It's awesome.
congrats, congrats. Um, yeah, man. There's yeah, more congrats, more congrats. Thanks, guys. So I don't know anything about them. I actually spoke with Matrix Arms, had a conversation with them, and they did say that they'd be willing to possibly send me out a one of their T&E guns, but we never circled back on it. So I bet you if I sent them my Rumble stats with 100,000 views, 70,000 views, maybe they'd reconsider. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe that's
But
something we should get into too.
yeah, I mean, that probably would be a good thing to discuss too. Um, and yes, it's my right arm, and I am indeed right arm dominant. I can and do a lot of stuff with my left arm, but that's kind of part of the thing. It's the dominant arm, and there's some things that I can really only do with my right arm
If you've only
for
wiped your butt for the last 30 something years with your right hand,
it's hard
it's pretty hard to do. I mean, it's
doing it with the
left-handed.
left.
It's
Yeah. Dude,
absolutely
I
hard.
I I practice way more shooting with my left hand and running my gun with my left hand and running my gun one-handed, offhand,
Absolutely.
and all that than I have wiping, my backside
Yeah.
with the left hand. Ed
Yeah.
Zachary, brother, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Who wipes? Dude, y'all trifling. Um, but yeah, so getting back to it. What are we talking about? Mr. BS, brother, good to see you too, man. I saw you earlier. And Rich, are you hearing this? Dark needs a vacation. His arm hurts from boxing all the products. I mean, dude, we're working on getting a second definition knives location in Florida. So
Yeah, there you
we'll
go.
we'll get there. We'll get there. We're working right now on um a couple things with definition knives, but yeah, we'll get back to it. We got a lot of good stuff coming. So um yeah, so okay, so you got one of the Ruger RXMs. Obviously, we're on YouTube now, so we can't handle all the stuff that
Boo.
I know it. Let me ask you this though. I'm just curioso. So here I have something. Are you familiar with this design?
Maybe.
This is the Fat Tac holster, only available on fattac.com. So this is the Fat Tac holster, only available on fattac.com. And this is designed this way. So you see all the holy holes. It's a holy holster. There are holes going up. It's ambi. Actually, I could rock this with the lefty. But this is a holster that's designed to carry like much, much lower in the belt. And this is a holster that I love and use all the time. Also got one for the 43X, carrying the 48 now. But my question is this.
I had to remove mine.
Have you checked to see if the RXM fits a standard Glock
Yeah, it
holster?
does.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Mhm.
I heard it does. So, Shooting Gallery New England said that. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Shooting Gallery Joe said that that his fit. Oh, it was a Fat Tac holster. That's right. That's right. I wasn't sure if it was or not. Hey, come out in PLA, brother. Great to see you, man. Member for 38 months. He says, "Evening, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Mister Not a Fed. Appreciate you, brother." Do you guys have holsters for Glock 20?
Yes.
Glock 20s? Yes? Nice. There you go. I actually just went to fattac.com today because I wanted another Blue Alpha inner belt because
Now we can show belts.
we can show belts, but mine's all the way over there. And
I'd have to go get mine too. It's way over
my
there.
gun belt's kind of heavy and my arm is jacked up, so I'm trying to give it a little bit of a break. But
Yeah.
no, the Blue Alpha belts from Fat Tac, dude, it was like $54 for an inner belt. That's it. So now I have another one. I like keeping both of them doubled up. If I need to just throw it on over sweatpants, or if I'm wearing jeans with another belt or whatever, I can just throw both on. Keeps it super rigid. It doesn't move around at all, and I can run my gun belt with pistol and rifle support, even if I was wearing sweatpants. It's excellent. But I did want another one that was a little bit longer that I can pull and wrap around a little bit for a little more support. And that's why I got another one. I may even build out a second pistol belt completely, and I may even change it to have it support rifle a little bit more than mine does, because I typically refer to it as a pistol belt and not a a war belt, or like people call it a bunch of different stuff.
What do they call it? Duty belt, duty whatever. Battle belt.
Yeah, duty belt, battle belt, war belt, pistol belt. I like, so it depends on what it is, right? If it's Clint Eastwood, brother, great to see you, man.
Do you think there should be straps on your holster, like a leg holster? You know what I'm saying? Like a what do they call those? Like a drop down.
It's a preference thing. Like for me, I prefer the drop holster, but not the drop holster that goes too far.
All the way down.
If it goes down like mine, it straps literally on my thigh, and it's it probably drops about 2.5 inches from the belt.
Yeah, I do a mid is what I do.
Yeah, I don't. So I saw what you use. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where it is. Hold up. Put it in here. Dude, the amount of holsters I have is insane. Is that the breaking news?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I'm using this kind of holster, a Fat Tac holster.
Here it is. So I think I saw you running this.
Yeah.
So I'm not against this. I just, for me, I like it a little lower, and I like the ability to roll the holster around to kind of be a little bit more on the front of my leg than like on the side. Murph Dog, a Murph Dog member for 24 months. Hashtag free CRS. We actually, and Murph Dog for you and for others out there that may have the same question. So we, I don't know, probably a couple hundred of us all posted all over Instagram, all over the tweeters, all over the place, tagged our current president and said, if there is one man in the world that deserves to be released immediately and pardoned, that Matt Hoover, CRS Firearms, is absolutely. Honestly, he shouldn't even be pardoned because that would mean that he would be guilty. His sentence should be vacated, remanded, whatever you call it, and everything should be completely removed from his record. A man did nothing wrong. Free CRS. Justin is already free, so I'm okay with that, but his record should be totally expunged as well. So shout out. Thank you for that.
Wow.
Appreciate you and the membership, brother. So thank you. So we'll see. But so getting back to it, I do like having the drop leg. For me, it's just personally just a preference, you know. It's preference. But yeah, why do you ask?
About what?
You had asked
Oh,
about
I was just
holster.
asking. I was just asking your opinion on what you thought. If you thought somebody needed it or not.
Do you want to see what I run?
Sure.
All right, let me grab it.
I'm gonna take a picture of what I got right here, real quick,
All right.
and I'm gonna show y'all. It's actually really cool. Just picked it up recently. See, if we were on Rumble, I could actually pick it up and show you what I'm talking about. But you know, we're not on Rumble, so I can't do that.
But
people want to complain about you being on Rumble. Yeah, it's a freer platform. You know, whatever.
I made the decision. I was like, you know what? Let's do this on YouTube because I don't want to leave my YouTube people hanging. You know, because it's
YouTube people should support you on Rumble. Is what they should do.
A lot do. So
I mean, I ain't hating on y'all. I'm just saying.
This is my current belt. I'm actually going to be making even more changes here in a moment because I am taking the STAC magazine carriers off, even though they're a little bit better for re-indexing. I'm taking those. Dude, they're great, and I'm taking them off because I can basically only use them for Glock mags and AR mags. Whereas the HSGIs, I can use them for Glock mags, any pistol mag, straight up across the board, in any pistol mag. I even threw 1911 mags in there, still stuck in there. I threw TMC. What's up, brother? I even threw the single stack SIG 290 mag in there, 9mm single stack mag, and those still fit in there. MP5 mags fit in there, AK mags fit in there, AR-10 mags fit in there. It's like, you know what? It may be a little bit more difficult to re-index, but in my opinion, it's worth it. So this is the drop leg that I'm wearing, even though it's a multicam belt. I put a little Flectarn goon tape on it, and then I am. I'll put this one on there. This is one of the newest holsters that I got. This is the multicam Safari Land. This is just the ALS. I do have the 6390, 6360, a 7000 series. What you got?
The pictures I sent you.
Is that the gun belt or oh nice. Oh yeah, I definitely need to. Is that the 300 blackout?
No, that's a brand new 5.56.
Ooh, that's dope. I'll pull up pictures and as soon as we're done with the gun belt stuff, I'll
go get mine. I'll be right back.
Cool. So I personally like the drop leg, but I don't like the super low ones. So this is just 2.5, maybe 3 inches off the belt. I'm currently running a STAC. Sorry, y'all. My arm is jacked up. For anyone that doesn't know, it's hard for me to hold it up because my arm is jacked up. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. So you guys can actually say, hey, Mike McClune, the Goon member for 35 months. like Amex memberships, has its privileges. Kim Light, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. 35 months, my guy. I'm gonna go full screen while each of us are going over the belt.
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously, Blue Alpha has the Cobra buckle, which is great. It looks like the newest ones are polymer. I can't tell, but so I got a micro Skittles pouch. So that is a dump pouch right there, rolled up super small, right at like 11 or so o'clock, between 11 and 12 o'clock. And then I got 3 pistol mag carriers, and then 1 rifle mag carrier. And this is 1 double mag carrier, and then 1 single mag carrier, just all right next door to each other, and then 1 AR mag, and then I have 1 STAC horizontal tourniquet holder, and then I have the Blue Alpha micro trauma kit now. Oh my goodness. The micro trauma kit now, which is excellent, super light, super small, probably the smallest and lightest medical kit that I have run ever. So I love that. I will never change that. And you can fit everything but the shears in it. So you got to rock your shears somewhere else. I'm probably going to buy some of the fold up ones. I got a second tourney on there. So 2 tourniquets on there. And then obviously the medical. And then I got a little K-bar TDI, and then wrap back around to my pistol, which I do have like 8 different Safari lands, but I think the 6390 is probably my favorite. That is this one right here. This is probably my favorite Safari land. It's a 6390 RDS, so you can run it with just the ALS lock, so it does still lock, and then the red dot sight cover pops open as you draw it out. So it's nice, and it's got the OD green ALS on there. But for you guys out there that love Safari land stuff but don't want to pay for the QLS systems, you can 3D print them, and these things are solid as the actual at least from what I've seen. I haven't done extensive tests on it, but yeah, so that's my current belt. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to take this kit and I'm going to switch it over to what it used to be. By the way, shout out to Ghostman Designs for the aluminum portal on Safari lands. Those are dope. You can also just drill a big hole through the polymer ones too. So keep that in mind. If anyone out there wants to run polymer 80s on their kit, then you can get the Safari Land multi-gun carrier with the ALS style lock. And these fit polymer 80s. These fit VP9s. These fit Smith & Wesson M&Ps. They fit multi-gun. It's a multi-gun platform holster. They also fit Glocks and stuff like that too, and it locks in similar to the ALS. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the S-tacks off. I'm going to leave the tourniquet carriers the way that they are because they're just super smooth and they don't dig into you because they're horizontal, which they've been excellent. I love the way the setup is. And anyone that needs a gun belt, I would actually say Fat Tech has the Blue Alpha belts for super affordable prices. But
yeah, we're actually going to start carrying that battle belt too, the exact same one that you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
The inner and the outer, or the whole thing. So we're going to do all those.
Yeah, I love it. This has been one of the best gun belts that I've run. But like I said, I bought another Blue Alpha inner belt on Fat Tech today. But it was like I said, $54 or whatever for dude, for an EDC belt that doubles as the inside of your gun belt, bro. $54 is
dude. That's the best thing, and they're durable too. I have an inner EDC belt that I've had for like 7 years, and it's just it's still awesome. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted a newer one because I lost a little bit of weight, so I had to get a smaller one. But other than that, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're literally the best belts out there for a regular EDC belt, period. And the fact, like you said, that it actually doubles as something that goes around your battle belt is amazing.
This
is their new light one, and their things are polymer. I
Here,
don't
sorry,
know.
real quick, Josh. I'm sorry. Just to Steve Woot, brother, good to see you. Another channel member, Sport Brand, brother, great to see you as well. And Joe Morris in the building, man, great to see you. Does Fat Tech made holsters for USPS?
What?
Oh, for USPs. I was like, USPS? What? That's the mail for USPs.
I
I'm
don't know what
sure they
USB is. What's USB?
an HK USP.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so.
They're probably not the quick ship, but you can it'd probably be a custom.
Yeah, you can do customs. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, really quickly before you jump into your belt, one thing I'm doing, like I said, I'm taking the S-Tac magazine carriers off my belt, and I'm going back to the HSGIs. I already got them. I'm not against the S-Tacs. I just would like to have more multifunction of my belt. If I want to run a sub gun loadout, then I don't want to have to run a chest rig. I can just run my belt. So I'm going to put 3 pistol HSGI taco carriers on my belt. And I think instead of running one AR mag on my belt, I think I'm going to switch to 2. I'm just going to have to shuffle some stuff around. So
Yeah.
I'll push it back over to you. You do your thing, and boom.
This is the Blue Alpha Light, and it's the new thing. So basically, it's kind of got like it's Molly that is basically laser cut, and these are made on Fat Tack. You can actually get these, not this kind. This you can get the older kind that has the Molly that's actually sewn together. You can get those in unlimited sizes, guys. If you have a 76-inch waist, you can get those on Fat Tack. You literally just have to put the whatever your waist size is in the thing, and they'll make it for you.
Yeah, that
But
is pretty dope. Most stores only stock up to a max of 42.
yeah,
And let me see, is the one that you have, um, is it like this or is it even newer?
so this is the newer one. We sell those.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
these
that's the old style that we do sell those though.
okay. Yeah,
We don't
I
sell
like
these. They
those.
won't allow us to sell the new, but we do
Oh,
sell the
the
older style.
oh, that's the new.
Yeah,
Isn't that awesome how it just retains its shape when you hold it up like that?
yeah, basically, yeah. But so I'm not absolutely sold on this holster setup here, like this. I
Mhm.
think yours is actually really cool. But I think it's more. There's a lot of room in here. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're pulling up on it and stuff. Like I think if it did have a leg strap, that it actually would help the rigidity of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's important in my opinion.
I do have Blue Alpha. Now, Blue Alpha does sell mag pouches and stuff that we don't sell, but Blue Alpha sells them. And this is their AR mag and their pistol mag pouches. The only thing about these things is they were super tight. I have to leave these in here, or I've left these in there for a while to get the shape of these things to actually open up a little bit because they are very, very tight.
Is
Um,
there Kydex in there or are they just Cordura?
just Cordura, and there's a little bit of a rubber wedge in the bottom of it.
Okay.
But it's super, super tight. And the Glock mags were not too bad. These had magazines in them for a long time, so they weren't too bad.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's it. And then I got my medical on the back, but dude, it's so light. Like I can literally hold it up with a finger, and
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. Like it's great. And
nice.
for me, my battle belt is just a place holder for my gun, my
Mhm.
pistol, a couple of extra mags and medical. I'm good. Tourniquets and stuff are in the medical bag, and I have a tourniquet and stuff in the jeans and stuff like that. So I kind of have tourniquets everywhere. So they're not on
Yeah,
here. They probably should be. I should probably have some more. I did have a holster at one point that had a tourniquet holder like in the actual holster.
like
Like
built
it was,
into it, yeah.
yeah, it was like I think it was on the front side of it. I just didn't like it too well because every time I went to
Yeah.
go drop my pistol, it kind of got in the way. So I went away from it. But
There is a bracket for Safari Land holsters that is you could add it, you could remove it. It's got the 3 screws in the
yep,
back, just like the standard like if you're running the QLS system. It's got the 3 screws. It's aluminum, or it may even be like pressed steel, and
yeah,
then it comes around on the side, and then it literally has the tourniquet holder in front of the holster.
that's
I
the way mine.
agree. Okay, it was probably something like that. I do agree. It's kind of like too busy. It's too bunched up, and I like to keep them in separate areas.
I mean, it is right
but-
there, like, it's easy to get to, but man, like, it just kind of it felt like it got in the way to me, and I just,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
like it.
I wouldn't want to run that, especially with how
Actually,
bulky.
hold on a second, I think I got it.
Yeah. For me personally, like I'd say run your medical like wherever you always do, and then always keep it there. Like for me, the medical is at 6 o'clock on our back, and for like the homies that I shoot with on a regular basis, all of our medical for all of us is all at 6 o'clock on our belt. So we know that if God forbid something did happen, we all know that all of us has medical for us at 6 o'clock. And then for me, I just run 2 extra tourneys on my belt, one that could be reached by each hand if I needed to, but I would just say run your stuff wherever you always run it.
So this is an extra little deal that goes behind it. I don't know what the name of that company is, but that's it right there. If you can see it,
Is that what's that company?
NCP2 holster plate. I don't even know what it is, but it basically kind of gets in there in a groove, and you kind of get it set to where you want it to set at, and then it just kind of screws to your QLS plate, and it's got like the the extra retention and stuff on it. I liked it and everything, but this seemed like it got in the way of this. Like when this goes down, and it was a lot. It really was
You
a
could
lot.
definitely remove the tourniquet holder.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can. It's just a little plate on the back that you just kind of got to take off.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was okay, but
I'm trying to think of what the name is of that holster. I see them all the time. It's not the man, it's gonna drive me crazy. Dust runs one. Dust, if you're still out there, the tactical turkeys. Remind me what holster system you run. It's got you can like move it around like 360. It's got like the circle instead of the Safari Land QLS. I'm totally drawing a blank
oh, I know
on
what you're talking about. It's
what
like
it is.
A G code
G
holster.
code, G code. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. It looks like it has like little key mod slots in it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but it's okay. It's not terrible. It's just not.
Is that
It's different.
G code or
No.
who's that by?
This actually would go on a QLS holster. So
Oh, really? Let me see
yeah,
the back of it.
see how it's got your screws here and your two at the top.
Oh, yeah. So you could put a QLS on there. Yeah, I do like the release how it's spring loaded. Like
Yeah,
for an example, if I were to switch to my got to be careful with my arm. So this is a 6360 for a 17, right? So the 6390 is just ALS. So it's just that little one lever you hit. I kind of like slam it with my thumb when I go to grab my gun, right?
yeah,
But for this, you hit the SLS hood first, and then move it forward. So it's not spring loaded. You actually have to push it forward. So usually what I do is I hit that with the tip of my thumb, push it out of the way, landing my thumb right there on the ALS, hit that, and then pull the gun out. So you can kind of do it in one, you know,
yeah.
kind of fluid motion. Otherwise, like it's super easy to add a bunch of time to your draw by grabbing this and trying to be like, "Hup, sloop, bloop," like
So
doing
long
all
story
that.
short, Fat Tack is going to actually start implementing retention style holsters like this and stuff too. So basically,
Nice.
we've been put on the market by the appendix carry rig that is basically so versatile for everything or whatever. And that is awesome. But we are moving forward with a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to have what we call sidekicks, what we call outside the waistbands, and going to have these kind, the 3 retention style and all that stuff like that. We're going to have a bunch of stuff on there, and it's coming up this year for sure.
That's what's up.
Maybe have a bunch of stuff at the goals event where people can see it and possibly buy it.
Oh, goals. That's right. That's an event coming up this year, right?
Yeah, maybe we should have a booth there that's 4 times the size of the one we had last year.
Yeah, and maybe you should split it with other companies that are engaging in commerce as well.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
how dope would it be if there was like a knife company
yeah,
at GOA goals this year?
that
Like,
that that had some definition to them. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, something that like just just had some definition. That'd be cool. But oh yeah, and come on, PLA just asked any plans for level 2 retention options in the future. Dude,
Yes,
level
sir.
2 and 3 retention like that would be fire. Hey, Armsman, good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Yep, we got all that
Um,
coming.
I do have another 6360 in total fleck tarn because I wrapped it all in goon tape. And I believe is that the 3D printed one? No, this one is Safari Land, but this other 7000 series, which I'm not huge on the 7000 series, does have a 3D printed QLS fork.
John Crump said Rich already announced it.
Of course. Did he actually already announce it? Bro, Rich, what the heck? Thank you for the super chat.
Announce
John
what?
Crump.
Announce what?
Yeah, announce what? But I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. I appreciate that, but thank you. He probably did it on his show, on John Crump's show, because they do their show, Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. So, and I did not catch it today. So, spoiling Rich. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, on the show today. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that, Rich.
That's why.
Thank
That's
you
what he was
so
asking
much.
you. He's like, "Hey, I thought you were gonna say something, right?"
Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna announce it? We didn't discuss that, Rich, at all. Thank you. We do love you, Rich. We love you. Gender reveal. Okay, great, guys. So great news. So for this year, 2025, Definition Knives will be sharing a booth with Fat Tech at the GOA Goals event. It was a huge event last year, thousands and thousands of people, and
That you
yeah,
attended, right?
that I attended last year, that we will be attending again this year, but we will be attending there as an exhibitor. So that's super exciting. So I'm so glad that Flying Rich announced that to everyone without discussing that. I don't have any say. I just own the company with him. We just
We're just
are
50-50 partners. That's all.
50-50 partners. That's all. Yeah. Oh, that's
No,
great.
but it's gonna be great, man. I love that event. That event is literally my favorite when it comes to events like that, convention shows and stuff like that. Is my
I
by
agree.
far my favorite. I think SHOT Show is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's totally an industry thing. It is
Yeah.
for industry people, and if you're not in the industry, as far as like looking for people to make contacts to do work and stuff in the industry, it's
Mhm.
really not for a public. You can't even get in really unless you're in the industry and you back it up
Yeah,
by
yeah,
showing proof that you are. But
yeah.
you know, NRA was a thing that was like cool until you realize that NRA is a bunch of turds, and then you're like, I really don't want to support them anymore. GOA
Mhm.
fights for you all the time. GOA literally puts
All day,
stuff in
yeah.
the books all day, every day. So the fact that
And
they're
they
putting
don't,
on an event, why
mhm,
not
and
support them? You know,
bro, they don't just file lawsuits like some organizations out
they
there.
win.
Yes, they are in the business of winning. And the
Yeah,
first time I sat down with Eric, the president of the GOA, and like you sit down with a dude that's like a very, very corporate, he's got that corporate vibe to him, but like he was so chill and relaxed, and when you hear him speak about like his belief of our natural rights, it
yeah,
was like, whoa, dude, you're like super based. You're not just a guy sitting in a seat milking a role for your own benefit. Like,
yeah.
and we didn't, there was
Like
no, at that dinner there was
Lapierre.
no, yeah, like Mr. Lapierre. uh we only drank water at that dinner, and we had some very modest food. So I don't, you know what? I didn't even eat at that dinner. That's right. But anyway, it was they don't play. They make everyone share hotel rooms. Like they save every single penny that they can. They shave every dollar that they can so they can continue the fight. So I
And
love
with
that.
that though, with what they're doing, they are want to put something on for the public to come and show their appreciation. And so
Hmm.
they're putting this event on where if you don't know about it, it happened last year was the first one. This is the second one. Both of them this last year and this year are both going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee, August 10th and 11th. It is by far one of the coolest events. They've made it bigger now. There's more people that are going to be there. There's more
Yeah.
space for vendors. Tons of people you can think of. All your big names are going to be there, first of all. Second of all,
Yeah.
you're going to have room for smaller people like myself. And you know, it's just such a cool place. And the cool thing is that they're allowing people that are like my size and stuff like that are going to be able to get primetime stuff. So we're having a booth because we're splitting it with Definition Knives and Prime Armor, the guy that does our armor stuff that we have on fattack.com. So it'll be Fat Tack, Prime Armor, Definition Knives, and we're all going to be in the same booth, but it's going to be a 20 by 20 booth. It's a massive booth. It's going to be really, really cool. Y'all should come and check it out because it's definitely, I mean, Knoxville, Tennessee's got to be close to everything. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, you will absolutely regret it if you're not there.
Yeah, dude, it was probably the coolest event that I had been to by far. Like out of all, and I'm not just saying like last year because I only attended, a couple events. I'm saying like out of all of them, I've been to SHOT Show several times. I've been to IV88 a couple times. Actually, you know what? I think I only made it there once. Yeah, because I didn't even get there this past August. Whatever. I've been to a bunch of different industry events, and yeah, it was just I don't know something different about it. It was very like like a more intimate event that wasn't like just bogged down with like bazillions of people, but it was like high traffic. There were great content creators, great companies. It was just cool,
dude. There's speeches and just there's so many things going on there that's not just like an annual convention. It's got so many different there's concerts there, and it's all free. Like there's concerts, there's Johnny B did like a whole thing where he did like his what does he do that's
live Spicy Friday.
Yeah, the Spicy Friday thing. Yeah, it's like a kind of like a comedy show. He did that. He did that live.
That was
There's
hilarious.
there's
And
so many things.
when he showed off the picture of the ATF lazy roofer, when I
Yeah.
was literally wearing a lazy roofer backpack. Oh, dude, that was
Yeah.
perfect. I got to stand up and show everyone. That was so funny. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you, by the way. And Stifler too. Thank
I
you.
spoke on a panel last year, and it was called man, I can't remember what it was called, but it's been a year, guys. Okay, more than a year, or
Wasn't it? Well, hold on. No,
well, less
wasn't
than a
it?
year, but still, I have a bad memory. But I can't remember what the panel was called. It was something like
It was the I remember watching a snippet of it when because you were on with Opie, right?
yeah, Opie, tactical advisor, Mr.
Yeah.
Good Kid. There was a bunch of us on there.
It
It
was
was basically
something
like something about for your rights, or I can't remember. John might know. I don't know.
man,
Anyway,
it's drove me crazy.
I'm sure there's going to be tons of other panels where they have a bunch of other people there. I know that the big dogs talk and stuff like that, so it's really cool. And I think they even had
Brandon Herrera did a big
wasn't Cash Patel there? Wasn't he there last year?
yeah, Cash Patel was there. Yep.
Dude,
Who
so
is
many
our
higher up people talk. I mean, like I'm
we had
nobody compared
a
to the people that they have there.
congressman. There's a congressman there
Yeah.
for the Virginia. Was it congressman? Whatever. Who was it, Crump? Who was it? Congressman for one of the districts in
Virginia,
Virginia. Yeah, I forgot who it was.
Dick Heller was there. That's who
Dick
he was hanging
Keller.
around with.
Yeah, there's a whole group of people there.
But it's really, really cool, man. It was by far one of the coolest events. And if you're in the area, I say within a couple hours.
Kane, the wrestler.
yeah.
Kane. Yeah.
Glenn Jacobs,
Yeah, who's the governor? Governor?
he's the mayor of Knox County.
Mayor, that's right. Yeah.
I've tried to get him on when we had the 76 Tuesday podcast. I tried to get him on the podcast, but it never happened.
Oh man, yeah.
ATF director Cash Patel, yeah.
Spoke last night. Nice. A bunch of congressmen spoke. Oh no, we were talking. Yeah, well, Cash Money Patel, dude. This could be huge. I mean, we have somebody coming in as the acting ATF director that believes that machine guns are protected under our natural rights.
Yeah,
dude.
One can only hope, man.
That could be huge. Now, I mean, I don't and look, don't do what I do. I'm just sharing my personal, feelings. I don't trust anybody until they show me, different, right? Like I'm yeah, I don't want to make anyone, feel any kind of way. I'm just saying that I would love to believe that there's going to be massive changes, and I also don't know what to expect, and I don't want to get too hopeful because who knows what the future is going to bring. So,
Yeah.
I guess we'll
But it's going to be a really cool event. I think y'all should definitely come.
yeah. Oh, 100%. And it's
Oh,
open. Dude,
and there's
I
a
met
range
Fluffy
day.
Bunny. Yeah, there is a range day too. Yeah, I met Fluffy Bunny Arsenal there
Nice.
last year. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
I did get to see a lot of people that have watched YouTube and stuff through the years and stuff. So it was actually really cool to see all the guys there and people that I could actually put a face to the name kind of thing. So it was really, really, really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Give me 1 second real quick.
You mean I have to do this by myself?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do this by yourself. So Too Many Choices has a great comment. You can chat about that real quick.
Said for years it was time for a massive ground to be taken back. That was okay. So that's the thing, man. Like we have spent literally years just playing a lot of defense. In my opinion, we have a lot of people that is or that I guess have been put into place now that literally we have the opportunity to play a lot of offense, and I think that should be done for sure. I just think that we have the right people at the right time with the right bodies of government or however you want to call it. You know, we got all three of them basically, so there's no reason not to have stuff pushed through. And I don't know. I don't know how easy that would be to do. Of course, I don't really know, and I don't pretend to know like I know any or act like I know anything about politics. But yeah, I think that we have the right stuff to push some stuff on the offense versus being solely on defense for the last little bit. FBI just got big cash donation. Yeah. Signed a bunch of autographs, which was kind of weird. Who signed a bunch of autographs? Probably Kane, probably. Dude, if you're a wrestling fan, it is so surreal to actually have a wrestler as your because I don't live in Knox County, but I'm really close to it. And to have a wrestler who you watched, growing up and stuff as your mayor is actually really cool. I think that he should absolutely go for governor. There's been some things that Bill Lee, who is our current governor in Tennessee, who has done some questionable things, in my opinion. He has done a lot of stuff that was not on the side of 2A, especially when the Nashville shooter thing happened. He wasn't very kind to the 2A, and people let him know, and they basically backed down. And he did back down, and that was good. But he should have never been put in the place where he had to back down from what he said or what he was going to do. So I think that I know 100% that I've actually seen Glenn Jacobs Kane at the shooting range before. If you follow his Instagram, you would literally see him shooting all the time. He is a huge gun guy. Obviously, he wouldn't have spoke at GOA if he wasn't. So I think that he should run for Tennessee's next governor for sure, 100%. Black Diamond unsupervised. It's not a good thing, guys. Not a good thing. Impossible on a clean bill. Yeah. I remember me and you talked about it on your live the other day on the old Bumble channel over there. John Crump Live over on Bumble. You have to attach legislation. Yeah. I know there's a lot to it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not pretending like I know anything that has to do with legislation or rules or law or anything like that. But we should try to play a lot of offense.
Were you touching on the fact that um was it Glenn Jacobs? Is that his name?
Yeah.
That he is like an actual gun guy as well.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen him at the range personally. He
Oh, and
goes
you know what
to
he carries?
what?
Man, I wish I could just pick this thing up and show you right now, but I can't because we're on YouTube. Shout out to the Green Place. Um,
Yeah.
he
That's what
carries a Shadow Systems Grok clone.
Oh, I think I knew that. Yeah.
It's pretty gangster.
Speaking of Glock clones, when we going to talk about the Ruger situation?
Yeah, so it's funny because I actually started talking about it. Um, One of the things I think people are seriously underestimating is they're like, oh, it's a Glock 19 clone. The Ruger RXM is just kind of a Glock 19 clone.
It
Sorry,
is,
I'm
but it isn't.
the really it's the future and what may become available, and what the 3D printing world is going to potentially offer for it. And I honestly think it's going to be huge, um, with like us being able to literally take something like a sorry, I'm trying to put these like last few tiny little drops inside my e-cig because I didn't get to make it to the to the store for juice. I know I shouldn't be vaping, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's bad for you.
Mhm. Um,
That's bad for you. Okay.
but yeah, I mean, even as a as an alternative to some of the excuse me, for some of the cheaper Glock clones out there, like I mean, for us to have the ability to get uh a Glock clone at 399, I think that's great. Um, but it's also, I mean, the question of longevity for me comes in first out of the gate. Like, how long is it going to live? How long is it going to last? What parts need to be replaced at, 5, 7, 10,000 rounds or whatever? And are they going to start selling the fire control units by themselves? Or are they going to start coming out with a 17 sized grip module, a 26 sized grip module?
If they
Is
knew what they were doing, they definitely would.
for sure they should already have it queued up, but what I really would like to see is like, because I know because it's almost identical to the profile of a Glock, you could probably throw it in any kind of like, chassis system or whatever. But that's cool. But I don't want to see that. I want to see something that is like the SIG XO1 320, which I don't want anything 320 related. I'm just saying you could literally get it was like a little I know, right? It was a little PDW. You could literally pop the FCU in there because it's just a grip module. You can buy it, no paperwork, no nothing.
Mhm.
And to be able to take which by the way, the Ruger RXM, if it's anything like the 320, there may be companies making an 80% option out there later on, provided that we get the Supreme Court ruling that we want to see. Um, Probably in March. We'll see. But either way, I'm saying that if there was like a sub gun or a pistol caliber carbine kind of setup with a folding brace where you could literally pop in the Ruger RXM FCU and throw on any Glock compatible upper slide,
Well,
17, 19, 26, 17L, and for the people that shoot like the silly 40s,
in my video on the old green place, I basically show that it will take a Gen 3 slide and it works perfectly and it works flawlessly and I never had
Yep.
a problem with it. And literally all I shot out of that pistol since the day that I bought it brand new with my own money. I have no ties to Ruger or anybody else, so I have no reason to be any kind of bias toward it whatsoever. I bought it with my
Yeah.
own money, and
Mhm.
basically I shot every round through it, and I put a steel case the entire time through it. It was MagTech steel case, and it never had a problem with it. Never had a malfunction. I never even oiled it, to be honest with you. I never oiled it out of the box. I just took it out of the box and shot it. And I think I
Mhm.
ran 450 rounds through it that day on that video that I did. I did that video in one day, and I think that's what I ran through it. I also lended it to Steve from the Mr. Big Kid channel, and he put I think 250 or 350 rounds through it. Also, never cleaned it, never lubed it, and it still runs right now. I've never
Yeah.
had a problem out of that pistol at all. And I think that honestly, I put a Gen 3 slide on it and I ran it one day. Like I literally carried it like that for a week because
Yeah.
it fits in all the Fat Tac holsters. It fits in all the Glock 19 holsters. Dude, I think it's a killer pistol. I think it is what, honestly, Glock owners have been wanting from Glock for a while. I think they
From
have
Glock
been
for sure.
wanting, yeah, they've been
Mhm.
wanting the chassis system. They've been wanting to be able to get new grips and stuff like that are on the aftermarket, source. And I think that this they beat them to the punch for sure. And I think that I think it's a great product in my opinion. I don't think the slide and stuff is bad. Ruger makes a great product. They make some good, pistols, rifles, all that stuff. So I don't think they have a bad product. I do think that
Yeah,
Magpul is the cool guy in this situation,
for
100%.
sure. Yeah,
The
yeah,
fact that you have a Magpul grip that is Glock related is amazing. That's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Real quick, John Crump says, I think the rule is going to be dropped before the SCOTUS ruling. Well, okay, so what would that mean for the future if the precedence isn't set in the Supreme Court? Wouldn't that mean that they could come back and just challenge it again, though? Isn't that maybe not a good thing? Maybe it is. I don't know. Um, but I guess we'll see what happens. But if I can start selling these cases and cases of P80 frames, not 76% frames, these P80 frames that I've been sitting on forever, dog. Yes, let's do that. I need that. Yes, a 40 Smith& Wesson did save my life. No, I'm not traumatized from it. I just prefer you know why I had a 40 at that time? Because 9
Didn't
millimeter
know any
was
better.
well, no, I knew better. I had a 19 before that, and at that time, 9 millimeter was just crazy expensive and completely unavailable. There was that little, the time after the Hook of Sandy, and ammo was just, like,
If you're not a guy
impossible.
that shoots your pistol all the time and literally runs thousands of rounds through it, 40 is probably not bad for you to carry and to defend your life with, for sure, because I think it will work. But if you are going to run thousands of rounds through your 40 caliber pistol, especially a Glock 40 caliber pistol or anything else like that, they are going to beat themselves to death because it's an overpressurized round and it's going to destroy itself. If you're going to run it all the time, that's what's going to happen to it. You're going to destroy itself.
I mean, I've never had that happen, but I mean, maybe that'd be a good video to do to get a crappy Glock 23 or Glock 22 or 27
See
and
how
just
many
see
rounds it would
how.
take.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Glock has done an excellent job of over engineering a gun that just is going to take abuse.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I'm saying they're good on a regular level. I'm saying if you're going to train and run this thing all the time, like we do our 9 mils and stuff like that, the ammo that you're putting into this thing is an overpressurized round. It just is. Eventually, it's going to wear out faster than a 9 mil or anything else is on the regular.
2,500 rounds. What? G23, you have that much ammo through your G23? Or maybe did you mean 25,000? Because I put 2,500
25,000
rounds.
would definitely be an impressive thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. I'm just busting chops, man. Um, they make 9 millimeter conversion barrels and 9 millimeters higher pressure. I was about to say I think 9 millimeter is higher PSI than 40.
Really?
The reason why the 40s were blowing up back in the day is because of the mass, not necessarily the pressure.
Mm.
Repealing the rule and winning in SCOTUS would be the same since it's an APA challenge. Okay, the Administrative Procedures Act. Um, it's more abusive if the gun wasn't designed for 40 off the rip. Yeah, that was kind of the 9 mil thing. The 40 built on a 9 mil frame back in the 90s when Glocks were blowing up. I don't know. I mean, I understand why, for like a carry gun, having a larger caliber round with more energy would be appealing. Um, I just don't like I poke a lot of fun at 40. You guys know that. But I don't actually dislike 40. I just chose to run a 9 millimeter because there was a point even just 10 years ago where they really started doing a lot of research and development on developing better 9 millimeter ammunition. The 9 millimeter ammo that's available now is it's good quality ammo for for about $200, $230, you can get 1,000 rounds shipped.
This is basically what I was talking about. It says the 40 Smith & Wesson round has a higher breech pressure than both 9mm and 45 ACP.
Definitely 45 ACP, because that thing is much lower pressure, much lower FPS, much it's a heavier projectile going slower. It's a different design.
Yeah.
But I also understand why having a larger caliber would be cool. I feel a little spicy when I'm carrying my 45 ACP on me, because I'm like, dang, I'm throwing a big old fireball out of that thing. And that's the other thing, right? Like, I think people forget that, like, you can carry 135 grain in your 9 mil. You can carry 147 grain in your 9 mil. You can carry 158 grain in your 9 mil, and those things pack a wallop. And at about 1,000 feet per second, standard pressure 147, maybe 950 or whatever, depending on the barrel length. That thing is moving, man.
So
10
those
millimeters.
pictures, those pictures that I sent you are basically going to be my new church bag gun, right?
New church gun.
My new church gun. And that's because,
Oh,
at church, I'm carrying a bag that's going to have whatever I need in it just to be safe. And
yeah, let's do this. And that's 5.56.
it is a 5.56.
Hey, I like the optic you got on it, bro. That's the same optic that I currently have on my Scorpion, little PDW with the binary trigger. And
I wanted something that was going to be a little bigger, like a bigger field of view. And I was like, dude, this will be perfect. It's not going to sit too high. It's going to be able to fit in the bag and not be really, really streamlined, not going to snag on anything. So that's why I picked it. I thought that it was a really, really good optic for that decision.
You know what's great about it, honestly? So I got it, and did you? By the way, I do have I had a Glock 20. Right now I have a Glock 40. 10 millimeter is great. I just don't run it like that. I want something that I run like constantly. I run all the time, that when I draw and I press out, that I know exactly the recoil impulse, the rounds, the where it's going, where it's going to stop, where I want to know all that. I want to be, if I ever have to, God forbid, draw my firearm, I want to be a fortune teller as far as that entire event, as much as I can be, at least. So
Yeah.
that's why I usually don't, carry the 10 mils or even the 45 ACP, man. 45 ACPs, that's a super heavy round, and they do some weird stuff when they meet a liquid medium like flesh. I'm just gonna say. So when you got the Gideon Optics Granite MOS, did you originally have the idea of putting that on a Glock, or what was your plan?
Yes, I did. And I was going to put it on an MOS, but I already have some MOSs that are in use with other optics on them. And I really, really did not want to take mine off and have to re-zero it and all that stuff. So my choices were either to buy a new one, throw it on there, or I thought about it. It already comes with a mount in the box already. So
And that is a
why
beautiful
not?
thing about Gideon, by the way.
For sure. It's the same thing like with the Goon Beam. Goon Beam already comes with all the stuff in the box. You don't need anything else. So it's the same thing here. They already come with different mounts. You don't need to buy another one. So, I mean, I'm not saying that if you want to get a different mount, I'm sure, like I like Reptilia mounts. Of course, that would be awesome to have. But this one works for now. And I like it, the fact that it comes with it. And I like the fact that it doesn't sit up too high. I was worried about that as far as being able to actually see, but I can actually see it great. It's tall enough and big enough, a big enough window to where I can actually see really, really good out of it. Especially when I put it to my, my chin and my chest. So,
and you could, I mean, it has that subgun vibe. If you really wanted to, you could either put it on a different mount, or you could put it on a riser mount or something like that. But I'll tell you what, I put that thing on my Scorpion. I love it. I originally put it on a Glock, and it was awesome. It's like a big screen TV on a Glock. It is just crazy. the field of view is nuts.
Yeah.
But again, shout out to Gideon, because those things all of them come with mounts from the factory. I did the same thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with the RMR and the Hollow Suns and all that. I threw that thing on my Scorpion, and it's awesome. What barrel length is this?
That is a 6.5 inch.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay, because we
It's
were
gonna
talking
be
about
a
the 6.5 inch.
flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
okay, so I have a 5-inch Banshee. This is a CMMG Descent right here. I
mhm,
have a 5-inch Banshee that is not Descent, so it doesn't have the bufferless system in it. It still has a
mhm,
buffer tube, although you could throw a law folder on there or something that you want to fold up. But then you got all that bulk of the extra folder and stuff. So
yeah,
I wanted something a little small. That's the reason why I went with the Descent and was able to actually get that brace on there, and that came off of uh, a AK that I have, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try this on there.
mhm,
CMMG had an SB tactical brace on there, and it could have came with it, but I told him not to worry about it because I was like, you know what, I got one of the house, I'll just throw it on there because I actually kind of like the look of the triangle anyway, especially on something that small.
yeah,
I just think it looks classic, and even though it's on an AK, it still looks really dope. And
yeah. It looks great.
and the fact that you can fold it down super super tiny. I mean, it's literally like I'm gonna say folded. I'm looking at maybe 3 inches, maybe. I mean,
Thick.
it's
You're,
nothing.
you're talking 3 inches thick.
Yeah, to go in a
Yeah.
bag, 3 inches thick. That's nothing, and it weighs literally like maybe 6 pounds.
So what is it? Is it like 18 inches from back of the receiver to the muzzle, or what do you think like ballpark length?
It's smaller than that because it goes in the bag that is 19 inches, and I
Oh, okay.
probably have let's see, I got 6.5, probably six. Let's see, 70, about 14 inches.
That's not bad at all.
No,
Because I was originally thinking that everything I have is, I mean, I have AKs, I have other stuff, 12 gauges and all that, but for the most part, my long guns are 5.56.
yeah.
And the thing I was considering getting was the Rattler for a bag gun, especially for like the church gun, because if you got to grab like a sub gun style kind of setup, I really don't want to have to grab my MP5 because it's just a 9 millimeter.
Well,
But
see, that's what I was going to ask you. So as you know, I've never claimed to be the scientific guy on our channel. Okay,
mhm,
Josh was that guy. I've always just been the guy that
mhm.
likes to shoot stuff. So
I
my
am
question to
science.
you, right? My
I'm
question to
kidding.
you is: do you think moving out of this small package that a 5.56 or 2.23, whichever one, I'm looking at all the numbers and stuff like that. I'm roughly going to get around 18, probably 100 feet, so it's not really, it's not what a 223 was designed to do, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's coming out of a, even 11 and a half or a 16-inch rifle, so it's not
Yeah.
going to get the velocity that it's
But
going to,
even a 10.3 is pushing,
sure,
23 something 100 feet per second or
right.
so, like, well, ish,
What
22,
is 9 mil
2400.
coming out of that?
9 mil standard pressure, 115 grain to 124 grain, you're pushing like 12. Well, it depends what kind of ammo you run, honestly. Standard pressure, you're probably looking at 1100 to 1200 feet per second out
Okay.
of well, hold on. So you said five, yeah, about 5 or so inch barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean you're looking at it at basically the performance of like a Glock 17,
sure.
which is probably around 1150, 1200 or so. I mean, you can run like some hot, like in my Scorpion. I got the 115 in my MP5 too. The federal BPLEs, which are 115 grain plus P plus, that are pushing like 1350 out of a, probably more out of the 7.5 inch barrel.
Nice.
And those are hot rounds, but they also beat up your gun like crazy.
Yeah,
And it's still a 9 millimeter. So
right.
to have if you're running like 62 grainers out of
Yeah,
there, or 55 grain, or if you run 75 grain Hornady taps, or even
yeah.
77 grain
I'm
OTMs,
gonna
just
run some good ammo out of it to make sure I get some really good performance out of it. Now, that the thing
yeah,
about
yeah.
the Descent package, okay, so the Descent package is very cool because it has the radial delayed blowback.
Yeah.
And what's cool about that is that it has that little bit of lockup, so it allows you to get as much pressure out of that as possible before that thing unlocks and comes back. So you're still getting actually a little bit extra velocity, in my opinion.
Excuse me. Sorry.
But yeah,
Does that mag lock back on empty? I got one, and it's not cut right, and the bolt never locks back.
what talking about the CMMG mag that's in it,
I'm guessing.
because that's a CMMG mag. I've actually have not shot this pistol yet, so
Oh, okay. Okay. So more to that on on future shows.
green place videos.
Yes, the Green Place videos. Underwood plus P is about 1,300, I believe. Nice. Yeah, I mean, and there's some stuff you can run that's just crazy. Like
Now that a standard regular 5.56, regular 2.23 is running about 1,800 feet per second.
about
That's what I've-
1,800 through the 6.5-inch barrel.
Yeah, that's what I've seen everywhere.
So I was originally, I mean, close to 2,000 feet per second. You're talking what, out of like with 55 grain
Yeah.
or what? Okay.
Yeah, 55
So
grain.
with heavier ammo, you are
You know
going
what?
to be looking at less speed, but more energy on impact than like a 55 grain. Yo, what is going on? We just lost like 20 people. Is it something we said?
Maybe.
Sorry, keep going. Oh, it's because we said church. That's what it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
I just don't understand how we usually have like 80 people in here. It just dropped below 40. I'm like, what?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's super weird. Yeah, I mean, if you were to run like 75 grain Hornady taps or 77 grain, OTMs or something like that, it is going to reduce the speed a little bit. So you're probably going to be under 1,800 feet per second. But the energy transfer of some type of hunting style of ammunition that with a heavier projectile, you're still punching some serious holes. And
Yeah.
this is exactly why I actually was considering going with the Rattler in 300 Blackout. And then when we sat down with CMMG and talked to them and had them on the show, they had said, yeah, well, we make a bufferless 300 Blackout with a 6.5-inch pistol
Yeah.
with the 1 in 7 twist. So you're still getting almost one full rotation of the projectile before it leaves the barrel. And 300 Blackout is nasty. If you're
Yeah.
running supers through that thing, it's still pretty nasty. So I think you're set either way.
The only reason why I picked 5.56 is because I wanted to be able to accept other things that I would have on the regular, like around me all the time.
Yep. Dude, I literally, we just had a conversation. I had a conversation with Red Dawn about this. I think Rich and I talked about it because
And the
everything
only
is
reason
5.56.
why it's that short is so it can only fit in the bag. That is the only reason why it's that short. Other than that, I would rather have a 10.5 or something like that. But it can fit inside of a regular backpack that is less than 19 inches big. That's the reason why it's so short.
Yeah. Yeah, too many choices brings up a good point. He says, I would run 55 grain soft points. Keep in mind, too, they do make Winchester and some other companies, like as far as like hunting ammo goes, they make varmint ammo that's like a 40 grain polymer black tip. It kind of looks similar to the Hornady ammo that is pushing like 3,200 feet per second out of a 16-inch barrel. And out of a 6.5-inch barrel, you're going to pick up some of that lost velocity because the projectile is so much lighter. They make 40 grain, 45 grain, so you are picking up a lot of that lost velocity.
Yeah.
I was tempted to do 300 Blackout, and I was really looking at the Rattler and some of the options from CMMG. I was really tempted to be like, you know what? Maybe I should just go 5.56 because everyone else is running 5.56. It's kind of like the Glock
Yeah,
magazine conversation,
exactly.
right? It's like
Exactly.
everyone's running 5.56 AR platform, stuff. All my like, work guns, civilian fieldable guns are 5.56 AR platforms. So
Gotta have a Glock mag. Gotta have a 5.56. Period. That's all there is to
yeah.
it.
Yep, that's what I keep in my trunk too. A bunch of 5.56 AR mags and a bunch of Glock
It'll
9mm.
absolutely go in every situation. You know it will. You know people have it. there's no reason not to have it.
Yep. Yep.
But
So-
I am very, very excited to get this thing to the range, man. It's definitely going to be one of my next videos for sure.
Well, it is definitely cool. And just while we're on the topic here, here is another one. Hold up.
So that guy says, K Bowers, he says on the topic, I don't understand why people would be offended by mentioning of church or Christianity. Well, it's because it's on YouTube and they do not like you mentioning that because they like to squash you if you say stuff like that.
Yeah, and also I have had people that are like, "Oh, here you go on your church thing again." You know, like some people just don't look, and I usually find that it's people that like maybe grew up in the church or grew up in a household of Christianity that maybe it was maybe their beliefs were challenged. Maybe they backslid from Christ, or maybe like something happened that just kind of bittered them about religion, and it's
Church
just
hurt is what we like to call that.
yeah, it's church hurt. It's so I don't blame anybody. I look, I've been personally dealt with that for a long time, and then I came to Christ like a little over a year ago, and I mean I'm super grateful. So it's hard for me not to mention that on every single show that that we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is another picture of the brace folded over to the left here. Which man, that's a tiny little package.
It's so tiny,
Oh,
man.
yeah, it's so tiny. Everyone loves a tiny little package.
Yeah. It's just
Also,
so thin, man. It's so thin.
yeah, nice skinny little package. Skinny little tiny package. Here's another point of view here, which I think is cool. Which oh, that's weird. That didn't open. Okay, hang on one sec. Let me go back here. Double tappy. There we go.
It should show how thin it is too, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Boom.
if I
Okay.
went back far enough, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's man. Yeah, that's kind of tempting because that's something that you could just throw in. Like, bro, my MP5K is a little package, but that there we go, more little package talk. It's a little package, but that's 5.56 is a game changer. 300 blackout is a game changer. Like a rifle cartridge is a game changer.
I will say the downfall to this pistol and some other CMMG products is that I do not like that they do not put spots for you to put a QD in their things. I wish that they put one on the rail or somewhere they could totally just drill one in and it would be fine, but they don't do that. I have no idea why, but they don't. The thing about the size of that thing, you could absolutely put a single point sling on that thing and run that thing under a jacket, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
No problem. No problem whatsoever. Or even under a freaking hoodie if you wanted to.
So let me go back here. So let's look at the lefty side here because this is the side that matters for right-handed people. So okay, so you'd have to do well, you'd probably actually have enough rail space to do it here. Let me see.
You could
So
totally put one in right at the top of the rail.
yeah, I mean there definitely should be one in that blank space that's machined out that like could
Because
have
you
maybe
can see your
been
gas block is
unlocked.
all the way to the front. So there's no
Mhm.
reason for it to be blocking anything.
It should be machined in behind that second M-lock rail.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
even though it wasn't, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that there may be reasons, right?
I'm sure
Here's
there is.
Yeah, I'm sure there probably is, but maybe it's like the barrel nut, whatever, something. But here's what I did. So, I wish I could just pick it up and show you because it would make so much more sense. But what I did, there is a little.
Oh, isn't it funny how we can do that on other platforms?
We can do it on other platforms like the Green Place. So this, for an example, the Picatinny attachment here, or the Picatinny rail on the back, right? What I did was I ended up moving the brace all the way up and all the way down and kind of seeing where it fit better, where it showed me a slot where it had two rails. And if you have enough space, Magpul makes a single rail attachment where it literally, let me see if I can find a way.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It is like the perfect little.
Is it like a 45-degree thing?
No, it's actually
Because I have a 45-degree Magpul thing, and it's on my my Banshee, my 223 Banshee that I use.
so you could throw a QD in there, right? And that right under it is the brace attachment. You could throw a QD in there, but you can also woo. Good thing I had it closed.
I think that's the same thing I have.
You can also take an HK clip and clip it on there, or punch a QD swivel of a sling in there. So no matter what you're running, if I grab a sling with QD on it, boom, I can punch it in there. If I get a sling with an HK clip on it, I can snap it in there.
Yeah.
And it just goes on to the back of the pick rail right there.
What
What I
that's all
had
you
to
really
do,
need
though,
for something that small. That's really all you need. You don't really have room for two, in my opinion.
yeah, so with the MP5, there is a little slot on the front for an HK clip. So you can actually put the HK clip in there and then, or
Nice.
run single point. You
Yeah.
could do either one.
People want to talk crap about single points. I actually don't mind single points. Like I don't think they're bad at all.
It just depends on the application,
I agree with
So
I agree
like
with that. I could totally
if
see that.
it's a very small, lightweight thing and it's not like a $12 bungee single point,
Yeah.
then yeah, I mean, you can definitely run. You can also get a $70, Magpul sling that's 2 point that, comes together to
Yeah.
a single point. That way you have versatility. But you can also add an M-lock piece up at the front left-hand side there where you could totally put a sling swivel on there yourself
Too
too.
many choices says single points rule under 8.5 inch. I agree with you 100%.
Yep.
I have like I said, a
Yep.
5-inch Banshee, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
And that's what I run on it.
yeah, single point. Yep. I mean, it is cool. I'll tell you what.
And that
with
optic is a Gideon MOS Granite.
Yep, the MOS Granite. And they are coming out with a it may already be out. The RMR Granite, the Granite Competition, Granite Comp
Yeah.
or something like
Mhm.
that. So and it's super inexpensive for what it is. And the thing is big. The window is freaking huge, man.
Massive.
Like when I had it on my Glock, it was like
Yeah.
you could just see it was crazy.
That's why I picked that one. I thought about doing the mediator and something,
Yep,
but I was like, that's a little tall. If I put it on the regular mount, it might be a little small. So I was like, and the window's a little bit smaller, and I was like, eh. So I was looking at the what's the circle one that's reticle.
That's the Advocate.
I was thinking about the Advocate, but I was like, that'll stick up a little higher. I was like, I want it to be kind of
Yeah.
streamlined so I can put it in a bag, not have to worry about snagging on something. And that's when I came across that one. I was like, dude, that's perfect because it's small, but it's small, but it's big. You know what I'm saying? The window is massive. So it does exactly what I need it to do. And I think it's a perfect optic for it. You can get those on Fat Tech, by the way.
You can. Actually, I was looking through the Gideon Optics and the Goon Beams you got on there. You guys got a nice selection on there.
Or you can use DLD's thing and get 10% off.
You can also do that as well. So okay, for AR optics, usually the first thing that we all think of is that I must use an AR height optic on it. I must use a 193 inch or a lower 1/3 co-witness or a crazy high 2.26 unity rail or whatever. Guys, whatever you choose to run, you can sight it in. It doesn't have to be a 193 optic. You just sight it in.
As long as you get like your movement down to where it's like it's exactly what you're going to do every single time. Like you can just make everything work. Like if you know what you want and you get it every single time, it's not a problem.
Your cheek is in the same place. Your nose is in the same place. Your whatever. Like you can rock that thing hardcore.
Yeah.
Um, we'll go ahead and wrap it up because it just seems like it's kind of one of those nights, and I know both of us are running light on sleep.
Low.
Bro, I know you got new babies all over the place. That'll definitely do it to you.
It's rough.
Slide by, brother. Good to see you, man. G23, good night, man. Appreciate you coming in. Um, let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. But oh, nighty night, Garen, if you're still here as well. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. And before we do, because I know we're coming up on 2 hours, anything else you want to add or say or share before we wrap it on up?
Fat Tag's where it's at. If you need anything on there, we got a bunch of stuff. It's a one-stop shop. So if you want to go there, holsters, belts, optics, goon beams, everything you can think of, medical, it's all on there. And there's a bunch of shirts and apparel and hats and all the kind of stuff. And it's all big sizes, guys. So it's in the name, Fat Tag, right? Also, follow me on the old green place over there because I do all my videos over there. Have basically stopped uploading on YouTube. So that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. By the way, you guys literally have a personal what is it? Hemorrhage stop kit for like $50.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an excellent price. I was like, dang, if I didn't have as much medical stuff as I already did like that, I would have grabbed that. Like,
that's all TCC North American Rescue or whatever it is. Like it's all name brand stuff. It's not cheap stuff. It's literally it's from Medical Gear Outfitters is who it's from. We sell their stuff. So
yeah, that's what's up. The Redneck Prepper, what's up, man? Good to see you. Vulcan Rumble, DLD, are you going to GunCon? I'm not going to be going to GunCon. I'm probably going to be going. So we are going to GOA Goals in August, and I'll be going to another event that a lot of you know as a machine gun shoot that's typically in Georgia annually that ends with 88, 88, 88, 88. And the original goal was to go to SHOT Show and go to Goals and go to the IV 8888 machine gun shoot. But I didn't make it to SHOT Show. But as far as I'm probably going to go to the Guns Out TV thing in XCal because it's super close and because it's a lot of the homies that are going to be there. But I also haven't heard about. I heard that it was moved. Then I heard it was moved to February, and then we're at the end of February, and I haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with the Guns Out TV event. But aside from the other stuff, I'll probably be there, and then I will definitely be at GOA Goals, and then I'll definitely be at the IV88 machine gun shoot. Aside from that, those are probably the only events that I'm doing this year. I did miss, unfortunately, the MD Arsenal 4th anniversary birthday event, but those are the homies, MD Arsenal. If you guys are in Maryland, West Virginia, like that little area, MD Arsenal is an excellent place to go. They have a really great range. Highly recommend it. So check them out. And yeah, guys, make sure we show love too. Like all these companies we're talking about, Goonbeam, Gideon Optics, Fat Tac, even my companies, DLD Hardware, Definition Knives. These are all the homies. I want to make sure that that we support them every chance that we can get. And let me know if you guys do want to see me pick up an RXM and run that thing. I'm sitting on thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds of ammo, a lot of it 9mm, and I would love to push that thing to the limit and see what it could do, how well it'll hold up to some serious abuse. But also I would love to see more developments come from the RXM FCU chassis kind of system, fire control unit, because that would be dope, dude. If we could have a Glock, PDW that just took a little chassis like that, bro, game over. Anything you could think of, you could literally have in an AR lower that you slip that fire control unit into, or a grip module that is similar to an AR lower that you could slip the grip module into, and then put a 9 mil upper. You know what I mean? Like there
Yes.
is no end to the things that we could do for stuff like that. So I would love to do some more research on the types of things we could do with that. I think a lot of the stuff, it would be super dope to do 3D printed um, grip modules for the RXM, especially something like a little SMG, PCC, subgun kind of thing. That would be fire. Uh, I'm probably gonna have to get my hands on some. Either way, I'm gonna have to get a Ruger RXM, so I need to
Yeah.
get some money together
Just
for
do
that.
it. Just do it. They're cheap. They're cheap.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been saying that when they're buying them, they're getting the Ruger RXMs, and they're supposed to be new, but they look like someone's put like 500 rounds through it or 1,000 rounds through it.
I personally didn't have that happen to
Yeah,
me. I bought it brand new from Smoky Mountain Guns and Ammo, and it was literally brand new.
yeah. Apparently, Shooting Gallery Joe had it looking like it had a bunch of rounds through it,
He
and
sent me
Flying
pictures.
British.
It did not look good.
No,
And I was like, "You have never shot this yet?" And he said, "No, I've never shot this." And it did look like somebody put a couple hundred rounds through it. I mean, it was
yeah,
dirty.
yeah. I mean,
And it doesn't mean that it was worn. It just literally mean like there was carbon everywhere. It was
yeah,
literally
and even brass on the underneath of a Glock slide, you have that little piece that pushes the next round up, and it's constantly going over the magazine.
Mhm.
It had a bunch of brass all over it. The back of the breech face had that brass circle on it. So the only thing that makes sense is that it was run. Maybe so here's what I think.
He had a gouge in his plunger.
I saw that in the
That was
safety
crazy to
plunger.
me. I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Mine doesn't have that." You know?
Honestly, you know what I think? That when I'm hearing of more than one incident like that, and it's from reputable places that are selling guns brand new, here's what I think. I think there may be some mandatory break-in period for them to make sure something bad doesn't happen, and they don't wanna sell it and say there's a mandatory break-in period, so they're literally doing a break-in period, uh, uh,
Maybe.
to make sure, like, the FCU doesn't fail or that
Yeah.
they're drop safe or I mean, I can't think of a reason that they wouldn't be drop safe. That was Joe's, uh, Shooting Gallery Joe's, idea,
Hmm.
because of the 320 stuff. But Glocks, you're not going to have that issue with that design. It's a totally different
Different
design.
kind of
So
trigger. Yep. And
yeah,
design.
yeah, and it can't go off
And I'm sure he knows that.
unless the plunger goes up. Yeah, and I know he knows it. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to know. If I go buy one and there's, carbon all over it, brass all over it, and a brass, cylinder on the back of that only comes from firing rounds
Yeah,
through, you
for
know what
sure.
I mean? Like, so I don't know. There ain't no way that came from firing 2 to 4 rounds at the factory, you
No,
know?
absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap up, guys. Just like I was saying, make sure we show the companies love that are in our circle of homies, especially Goonbeam. I just bought 3 lights from Goonbeam. Man, they're putting out such incredible stuff. I literally had to return the Streamlight TLR1 HLX that I got, which I thought was gonna be like the next most incredible light in the world. And I had to return it because that sucks. It stopped working literally on a live stream on the Green Place.
I
I held
remember
it
that.
up and I was like, "Check how bright this is," and
Yeah.
it didn't turn on. Never turned on again. It flickered once, never turned on again.
That's crazy.
Batteries did, yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, guys, remember that regardless of what's going on, regardless of who the president is, regardless of how good we may feel about certain things that are happening, we also have to remember that we are still in a culture war. Okay. Uh, it's important that we take on the responsibility of culture warrior during these times. You are the one that is supposed to be the spiritual leader of your household. We need to be leaders in our household. We need to be leaders in our community, leaders in our church, and take up that responsibility. And also charge yourself with the responsibility of creating other leaders and spiritual leaders of the other people around you. And the only way for us to do that is by holding ourselves accountable with better. Did I see Fat Rooster up in here? Oh, that's Fire Rider. um holding ourselves accountable to higher standards and expectations and rules, right? And that's how we get better. And some of the rules I like to share with you guys at the end of every single show are: rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, and listen to this, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. Only if we were on the green, please. And that's all we got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Make sure you go subscribe to Black Diamond Guns and Gear. Go check out Fat Tack. Even if you're just kind of browsing, just go look. Go look at the website. Show them some love. I did, and I bought a Blue Alpha belt again. So check them out. We love y'all. Christ is King. Christ is Lord. What was that? Philippian. 211
Philippines. No, I don't know. Philippians.
Philippians. That
Philippian
book.
too.
Philippian too. Oh, blasphemy. I'm so sorry. All right. I love y'all so much. Man, God bless y'all. For real. I love y'all. Take it easy. Real quick. I think Thursday is going to be on the Green Place.
Hey.
Love y'all. Peace out.